let's get straight into this here. Don't forget to mention the pizza, says Moti. Hey Moti, hey Vault. So we've got the sound on really low, but obviously with me having my hand injury right now, the idea was to go back to the very beginning of when I started streaming where I was playing support because it was easy. And of course, my choices that I was thinking of were the ones that I've been playing previously and had some success with, which were the weapons rack and the Zaku 1 sniper. But because of the weapons rack having heavy stun and me loving heavy stun, I thought instead of going with the Zaku 1 sniper over here, I'll go with the weapons rack. So sure enough, you can see me checking out the weapons rack, and then we go through the loading screen, and I'm going to try cutting out all the clutter here, but we're going to go through and take a look at this. The podcast part was funny. John says, what are you doing? So at the moment, I'm going to do a breakdown of gameplay and show from my perspective and try and see where I can improve. And also just talk about different things that's going on, including this downswing, man, from Boti here, seriously. And then he gets kicked in the back by Shinju. I don't know whether, in the audio, you can hear us laughing here. I don't know whether that's a 1 or a 7. Everybody keeps ripping on Boti for his Ava Unit 1 color scheme, but I've still yet to see in footage correctly what was going on there and whether it's actually a 1 or a 7. And me jumping, I was all over the place. Like, I'm trying to figure out the controls. I don't know this map at all. Immediately, I'm thinking, oh, sweet, I've got plenty of cover. You know, so then we start pushing, and I'm like, okay, I'll go on the flanks here. The idea of playing support, I'm trying to get a good angle on some people. Sure enough, I see that guy up there. Take a good shot at him. I don't know who that one was. Like, I don't know who this is up here, but immediately my focus has switched from supporting my teammates, like, down here, to this guy that's trying to snipe my team. The idea is to try and counter-snipe him. Then he goes running off somewhere to take cover, so I'm like, okay, I'll try and get a little bit more on the flank so I can kind of shoot shots down range where they can't see. Sure enough, another blind fire, really, no proper aiming, and a miss there, which is really stupid of me. In this first game, I didn't take many moments to line up shots like that there. I totally missed because of the freaking bit of scenery that was in the way. But let's just go back there for a moment because I want to see who that was. Because you can see me lining up a shot. Because I'm like, okay, I'll help out my teammates. I could have gone for this guy again, but because he goes behind the tower up here, I'm like, okay, we'll go and check who's on the flank because I can see it on the radar. And the next minute, I don't know who this is. Was that a Zaku? Looks like a Zaku VD or something, and then that weird tank-looking suit with the drill on it, attacking this gun tank. And I'm like, okay, I can get an extra shot in here. And then I shoot and it hits this freaking field light thing. And there we go. Always love the shots with the 180. Let's have a look. It's an 07, says Boti. I started a trend of Ava, says John. Can't wait to see the match where I assassinate Moody at the start, says Boti. God damn it. So yeah, so here we go. I get the 180 shot. Those, I absolutely love those. They're always satisfying. This is when, that was Frontier that I'm supporting here right now, and that is Shinju. And we're picking on, I think that is is it a Zaku with a cannon on his shoulder? I'm not entirely sure. You gotta remember, I've not played this game for a while, so I'm not familiar with all the suits. So of course, I'm trying to stick with teammates here, consciously looking for people that I can stick by so I don't get wrecked by enemy raids. Get a neat quick shot in there, and then I see this gun tank again, and I'm like, right, I'll try going in close range here, which is really stupid with the support, but I mean, we've seen me do a lot more stupid things. Frontier finishing him off very nicely. I was about to go in with the saber there. Probably would have got counted, to be honest. Then I'm setting up a shot for, I think this was John on top here. Setting up some shots. I'm like, okay, I'm on the flank where I wanted to be originally. See Frontier going around the side. I think I missed that shot then. This first game is a lot of excitement, but panic at the same time, because I'm thinking, oh god, everybody is going to walk all over me here. I want to at least feel like I'm decent at the game. Occasionally getting shot, I think from John again from the side here, because I know John was playing weapons rack too. My health is not actually too bad on this one. It's still like, what? Can't see because of the text being a little bit too small for me there, but it looks like I'm on, what, 8 and 9,000? Trying to get some shots on the suits that are dropping in at the back. My team is slowly encircling the enemy spawn. Something that I actually should have called out because spawn camping, but another shot there, whittling people down. Good support play, actually. Just picking on random suits and letting your teammates finish them off because you still get the assist points, and overall it's good to have your teammates just shoot at weaker targets rather than wasting time whittling them all the way down unless they've got the skill for it. So there we go, counter sniping again. Something I absolutely love doing because then the supports kind of freak out and have to move position. Meanwhile, I'm playing really aggressively, doing a stupid Angry Joe style thing of running at them without remembering that the Vulcans are freaking close range and not mid range. I'm trying to get extra hits in. I missed that shot at point blank. I think I took that one a little bit too quickly, based on the fact that that suit is just, you know, is staying up there. He's got a friend up there now. There's 3 suits picking on me, and I'm like, oh no. Still not got killed yet. These 2 suits still shooting at me. This one's on low, and then I see that marker come down, and I'm like, you know what? I might go and charge them. As the marker comes up for the airstrike, I get killed, which is unfortunate. And that was by double side, and then they get airstriked. Let's see what Chad's saying. It's the Zaku half cannon, Moody. It's the one I described to you the last time, says Frontier. Oh, my bad. I am so sorry. The drill boy is an AG. I think I pronounced that right. A 200 to 250 suit that does absurd melee. Where's the 18 rating come from? Says no. I mean, that's always been there. They really need to make an update for the weapons rack so it has the extra weapons like the Easy 8 weapons rack, says Vault. To be honest, I'd like to get the Easy 8 weapons rack just to see what it's like. Ryuki says, I'm the AG trying to kill you. Dude, seriously. This is the only problem when we drop into games like this, is I get too excited and I'm too busy focused on making people laugh or having a good chat with people and just interacting, you know. And it tends to take me away from the gameplay. I don't focus as much. So then I do really stupid mistakes or I just get wrecked. Trying to get these shots lined up on the drill boy there, just not happening. He goes behind cover and I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough, you know. So then I'm looking for other raids that might be sneaking around. Can't see him, so I'm like, okay, I'll go up here. This is one of the most embarrassing bits for me about this so far, was that I go up here, I'm like, okay, I got a good position. I can rain a load of 180 down on him. And then the first shot, I don't know why, but I snap into the building there. The second shot, I'm lining up. I get a poke on him. I'm like, okay, think I might have the support or whoever that was attention there. Sure enough, get their attention. Fire a second shot, doesn't work, so I'm like, okay, I'll move backwards and left. And I don't pay attention to how narrow the ledge is and fall off the building. So stupid. Then I get a shot in there and get a kill. I think that was helping Boaty out there, because it's only him versus the entire enemy team. Is Frontier. Had some good runs with Frontier and Shinju on this first game. There we go. Heavy stun on the legs there. Just so at this point, I should be helping out over here where this airstrike is with Boaty. Instead, I'm like doubling up with Frontier and pushing. Got another kill there. Oh, Boaty got killed. So now it's me versus God knows who this is. If you listen back to the audio, you can hear Sin at this point going crazy. Here we go. Go for the melee because I know they've done a counter there because they panicked. Where was it? Everybody does this mistake. It's like me. Where is it? It's about here. Okay, so Boaty gets killed, but when we flank here, they can see there's 2 suits coming on their radar. I get the heavy stun. Frontier, I think, is moving in. He goes for the melee, or rather the counter, because he expects a melee because of how close he is. It doesn't happen. The other suit goes for a counter, thinking that he's gonna melee instead. Leaves him wide open for me for the downswing, and then finishing off with the Vulcans, so I'm not wasting the 180 at close. That was nice. I got some good moments in this, but then other ones are just really embarrassing and made me look blinder than I am already. Here we go. I see that suit coming up top, and immediately I'm like, okay, low health, let's go for it. 180 just annihilates it, but then of course I'm up front where I don't want to be, taking too much damage, then backing off a bit, having this fight with John where I hit his shield, wish it actually hit his legs, but yeah, no heavy stun on John, unfortunately. Then we're kind of doing the whole rigmarole dance backwards and forwards. Frontier decides to push him. I'm like, okay, I'll go for the melee. John does an early counter, which I was kind of expecting, and then just as I go for the melee instead, I think that's who's that did the drill on John there. Not entirely sure, but anyway, John goes down, so one of the supports is lost. I get messed up in the process because double side just wrecks me. Let's see here. Let's see what chat's saying first. Easy 8 weapons rack is basically the normal weapons rack, but you have a beam rifle and a machine gun. Okay. Trixie says there should be a ground type weapons rack too. Or a GM ground weapons rack too. Slightly lower cost. Huh. For a second, this feels familiar. Now I know why, says Shinju. I know I'm always repeating myself, but this wasn't my best round. It's fine, dude. That was Nugs. Okay, okay. So, let's see what's going on here. So far, I've made some really stupid, exciting shots, you know, or by exciting, I mean, like, I've been overly excited and just been firing way too fast. Should be pacing these shots more. We're at a 2k lead here, which is real nice, and the spawn is basically getting wrecked. This is not a position you ever want to be in if you're on the enemy team. You know, never want to be in a position where your spawn is just getting wrecked like crazy. Then again, you can manage if you coordinate well enough. You can manage to fight off something like that. It's just really hard. Landing another heavy stun on the back there. I don't know who's up front. My entire team comp here was crazy. Like, everybody was raids apart from, me. And I think maybe somebody else. Maybe Nugs? I could be wrong. It might just be me as the support. There's Sky at the end there. I thought Sky was going to go for the downswing, so I think I pulled a counter there and then timed out. So that first match, not too bad. But at the same time, it's like, you can clearly see where I'm panic firing. Oh yeah, there's Shinju. So that was weird, that team comp as well. Like all my team are raids apart from me and Shinju, and then all the enemy team are supports apart from Sky. So that was yet again one of those games where we have weird team comps or people just do crazy stuff for the sake of it. 50k for the first game back after not playing for basically like a year, not properly anyway. It's not too bad. Pursuit assist. 5 for 2, not that bad, although K to D doesn't really matter too much. I say that, but I'm an idiot, so what do I know, you know? And then individual score, not too bad. But yeah, that one overall, not a bad game. Just need to slow the pacing down here. And then we'll skip to the next one. And see what happens. All night, I think I played weapons rack just because it was safe and I knew what I was doing with it, you know. Weapons rack is always a safe bet for me, just because of me having that much experience with it. It's just a case of learning how to aim. I think this was the first... You might be able to hear me drinking in the background here as well, so sorry about that. So first match again with, I think, Boaty on the enemy team. Yeah, I've got... It was like John, Nugs, Skyguard, Sin, and Easton. So, okay, decent team comp. In terms of the people that are playing. 2 raids, 3 blues, 1 support. Oh, okay, not bad. Get down swung by Sin. Always with the downswings. John cripples Sin by the look of it. So already we got invited at the beginning. That's not something you want, but when people are just having a laugh, you know, it's nothing too bad. When we're having a game night like this where it's not really that serious, well then it's not bad, but during like actual proper like ranked matches, that's an issue. There we go. Immediately I got a target that I have an advantage against. I don't know who this was. It'll probably tell me later, but I'm like, okay, heavy stun that because I've got an advantage. I might be able to get an easy kill off this, or at least do a lot of damage. Then I'm looking for all these vantage points. Because everybody else is up front, so I don't really need to push too much, but I do need to support my teammates. So I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on here. I see the target, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go for the flanks. And then Boaty. Boaty comes out of nowhere, and immediately I'm seeing red at this point, because this always happens when Boaty's on the other team. He's probably laughing in chat or to himself now. But this always happens. I always get flanked. So, yeah, I was pretty annoyed at this point, no joke. Let's see what chat's saying first before I get ahead of myself. Not sure if my playstyle helped you out during this Frontier, but I wanted to give you the easiest time with stunning and distracting. Dude, your support was amazing that first round. It made it easier for me. You know, Shinju says, Nugs clapped me a couple of times. Nug says, I got focused by 2 of their half cannons the whole match. What do you think of the new map, says Val? I enjoy the new map, you know, it's nice and fresh. It's something that obviously I've never played before, especially because I never played the first game. So anything that's new here is always welcome. I like the amount of cover that's there. It's really nice, honestly. I like it as much as City right now. Or, sorry, not City, Port. And Port's my favorite. You know, you guys know by now that I've been preaching since like day one about how Port is really well balanced. So yeah, I'm liking this. Let's see. Couldn't tell if I was unlucky or always getting surrounded with the Gundam Marine. Since you were the only support, I had to try stunning you where I could. Oh yeah, later on it gets crazy with me fighting back. So yeah, here, Boaty's gone round and immediately I'm looking for cover. Sneaky bastards there trying to get extra hits in on me. I've not got any support because everybody's up front, so it's got to be me versus a raid. He has the advantage, so the only thing I can try doing is landing some decent hits. Doesn't work. He just gets on top of a building and then shoots me because he's got a type advantage and then immediately waddles off. Well, of course, now I'm like, okay, it's a little bit personal. Got to keep an eye out where he is on radar or the map. If you look at the actual video, you can see him waddling around here. I'm trying to do call-outs to my team to make sure they don't get flanked. You know, because we can see him roughly about here. It's the only time we can actually see him unless he melees us. You know, and then we can make visual confirmation on him. So now I'm like, okay, I've got to go back my team up a little bit. Need to go for the target. There's 3 or 4 people here. And there he is. I was trying to look out for him there. I missed that first shot and immediately, like no joke, I almost died inside from that. I'm looking to try and flank here, but I think this is the edge of the map, and he's up top again, so immediately he's going to have more of an advantage. Oh no, I work around here. Trying to get on top of the building so he doesn't have an easy shot at me. Target's over there, but of course I can't really go for the target safely. Still trying to look for him. He's around here somewhere, I think, or behind me. At this point, I'm totally distracted. Everything else is going on, and Boaty's got my almost all my attention here. Then I find him here. Sky's trying to take him out. I think this is where everybody was asking, where is he? I'm like, he's right next to me. You know, clearly I'm trying to focus on actual targets now. While I've seen him get attacked, then next minute Sin becomes the actual target that we need to focus on defending. Gets killed immediately. Loses a load of points. This here versus, I think it's the Aqua Gym or the Aqua Gundam. I actually enjoyed this, because lure him around the corner, early counter, thinking I'm going to go for melee for some reason, sidestep, downswing, I couldn't have asked for better execution of that there, and that's primarily from doing all the training with Nova. That's why I miss talking to him as well, because I'd love to perform more stuff like that on people, but really good defensive counter there by just little side swing. Avoid, a little bit of a sidestep. Avoid the mobile suit completely, and then punish it for thinking I was going to go in for melee for some reason with a support type. Not something I do normally unless the enemy's in a good position to be downswung. There we go. Enemy that was on low health there. Started trying to focus on him and then ended up it getting killed, so put my attention to something else over here. There's another 180 round in somebody. We're pushing really hard at this point. I haven't seen Boaty in a while, so I'm getting a little bit more confident. And then here's Boaty. Boaty versus... Is that Nugs? Yeah, it's Nugs with the... I think that's the Dullahan. Then Sin and the Pale Rider, and then me with the downswing, and I think... Yeah, Sin goes in for the... And, yeah, Sin gets the kill. but I didn't know whether he would or wouldn't, so I went in for a downswing and just clipped Sin with it, which is really stupid of me, but you got to take advantage of those moments where an enemy is down, do as much damage as possible. Let's have a look at what chat's saying here. Would be great if they had a map for no radar game mode. This round and any forward, says Shinju, I got abused and chased by Pale Riders. Pale Rider, man, it's awesome. The delay between pulling the trigger and actually firing is really annoying on weapons like the on Gundams like the weapons rack. It's something you have to get used to. I knew there was the moment where I missed you, Moody says Frontier. Yeah, that honestly, I really did enjoy looking back at that before and seeing that. That was amazing, says Vol. I pull off some interesting stuff sometimes. The reason I went for a tackle on you is because against everybody I've faced, during the time you went playing, either they didn't counter me, or they did, but I still did damage. Okay, fair enough. I think it's because I've played, like I said, I've been playing loads with Nova up until Christmas. I was kind of, like, browbeaten to the point of being like, okay, don't counter as much. Only when somebody's pulling a saber on you, and that even then try and hold off as much as possible so that you get the counter rather than them getting a counter on you. So I don't saber as much now. Here we go. Let's see. We got John. We got, who's that in the what looked like a Gym 3 there? Backing up here. I got another suit in front of me. I'm like, okay, I can't 180 it at the moment. Managed to get it with the Vulcans and then 180 it when I think Sky's out of the way. Here's John. I'm trying to defend John here. And they go for a melee. And you can just about see it here. So this is one. I gone back just a little bit too far. But John's getting surrounded. And I love playing objective on this. And, you know, when I'm actually round to defend somebody, I will try and just jump in. But you see him go for the downswing on John, and immediately, because they're both real close, I'm like, my brain immediately goes into this whole thing of being like, okay, I can see there are two people here. I've got like a 50% chance one of them is going to melee, so I'm going to go in for the counter, and it lands perfectly, and it's so good. Hang on, where is it? So here's John round here. I'm trying to support him. I take that kill from him, which I shouldn't have done. And here's where it comes. The two suits ganging up on him now. We've got one coming in the back. There's two here, and then one just around the outside. So here we go. There's John. There's the saber. And down we go. Eats dirt. I'm feeling really good right now. There's another 180, but I shouldn't have done that. I was getting way too carried away. And then I think I go after this other one as well. John's busy not landing his hits because of him being hit from multiple sides with what looks like heavy stuns. I'm trying to sort of shield him and dance around and get these shots. The thing is, it's like we've said multiple times, when you're in the zone and you're playing and you feel like you're doing good, you just tend to slip up and kill the enemy team when you don't mean to, especially when your ace has to, you know, get the points. But my God, I was too busy focused on punishing there, and then I get hit from one of the buildings there. I don't know what that shot was, but there we go. It's double side. Double side got me in the... Is that the Gaza? Yeah, the Gaza C. So double side was the one that ate dirt before as well. Let's see. Hey, Leo. Was this on base? Yeah. Just sit up tops to support. Oh, I was trying to. Ryuki says, I remember because Boti was trying to kill me while I was repairing my legs. I should have used high places more this round, says Shinju. Yeah, I was trying to get up high, but then, because I fell off that building, I found that my brain was just like, yeah, it's too much hassle, let's just stick to the ground. You know. Frontier says, I have a lot of supports go for melee on me with that trick, so I wanted to see if I would have gotten you too, but it's such a gamble. Do targets get extra points for killing? If the ace kills the enemy units, they get points. They get more points, I should say. So me killing those or kill stealing was not good.
Okay, guys, we got the real striker gamer over here.
So Striker's currently the target on the enemy team, and I'm like, okay, let's try and push around here. Let's try and flank this guy. I think that's double side again. Landing a 180 in the back. There's Boti. Boti on the floor. And I'm being stupid here right now. We've got what? Most of the enemy team on field, I'm running in close range as a support to help out. I think that might be Nugs there. But the target's here. Boaty's here, so we know Boaty's got a type advantage. And my team is spread out along the right. So I could easily get screwed up here. Like, Boaty see me and he's just going for me now. You can see me immediately be like, oh no, but I'm still trying to target. There we go. I get the target. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I think Boaty just got wrecked by someone. I'm not sure who. I'm actually landing a downswing on the Pale Rider and the Gaza there. And then the match ends. I think that was Nugs coming to my rescue in the Dullahan there. But yeah, that was partially my fault for taking 2 kills off John there. I just got way too cocky after landing those hits. We had... Who was that in the Pale Rider? I think that might have been Phantom. Yeah, it looks like Phantom.
No joke. Every encounter after that first one with you, Boaty, had me literally being...
Oh, there's me. I've not got the sound high enough, but in the background you can... Or in the actual video, you can hear me cursing out Boaty yet again. We got, what, 60 grand as a support? Not bad. Some assists there. I think that's pursuit assists, 7k. That's not bad. Could have done better. I'm like 7th here. Come on. Let's go on to the... I think this is one of the last games.
It's either going to be a blue crate or...
This is where we were joking about blue crates in the background.
Well, the blue crate does exist.
Oh, it was... No, it was... No, remember, it was that mobile suit that I said recently that I thought I had.
I was getting annoyed because I noticed John wasn't getting any kills, and then I didn't realize everyone was taking them from him, says Easton. Yeah, see, this is the thing about breaking down these videos as well. You get to see who exactly was the problem in the game. Like I was saying, because I was feeling a little bit more confident. I was letting off 180 rounds as if they were nothing, so yeah, that was partially my fault there. I took like 2 or 3 kills. This match, I don't know what I was going for. I was just like, go on, let's put it on Forest or whatever the hell it is, because I'm not really too familiar with this one. But I know, like, as long as you're super aggressive and push the middle and more or less own it, then it's not too bad. I honestly don't know what I was going for here, but I got wrecked on this match hard. So immediately, everybody's in the center, and I'm like, okay, if I can support, get a couple of hits in, we're good. And I think... Who have I got on my team right now? I think that might be Boaty sneaking up on me. I've got Nugs, Easton, double side, Shinju, and Sky. Okay. So,
Let's fuck him up, John. Let's do this.
So I think this is Boaty, based on the color schemes as well. This is Boaty and the Drill Boy. Sure enough, I think I timed that wrong there. I thought he was gonna go for me. I go for the melee counter. It doesn't work. Then I back up and have to resort to the saber there. Mainly because I didn't want to use the 180 in close range and waste the shot. Come on now.
This one I've definitely got to come off. Oh, not good. Your hands are hurting.
There we go. Firing randomly in the water to try and support there. Did not work. But I was thinking, you know, splash damage, maybe. Then again, I've not played this in a while, so I'm not really sort of informed as to how big or how small the splash damage is with the 180 compared to what it used to be. Like, when this thing was first out, it used to have pretty ridiculous splash damage compared to what it is now. Here we go. Freaking Waddle's sneaking up on me. Oh, it's Boaty. It's Boaty with his Amazon-style color scheme. He's coming to deliver me an ass whooping. So sure enough, my attention is instantly gone. Even though we're dominating the match, my attention is instantly gone, and I'm busy freaking out to the point where I'm pushing backwards instead of forwards and supporting my team. I'm trying to hang back and find out whether there's anybody else going to sneak up on me here. Meanwhile, Nugs is back here, possibly repairing or just being like, dude, you need to get up front and stop being a pussy. Okay, I'm like, I'll just go and help out with everybody else. Can't see anybody on the radar here. Having trouble getting up here because of the weight of the goddamn ground Gundam. Hit the scenery there. Not very happy about that. There's Shinju. I'm like, okay, I'll try and back up. Hit the floor. In the later matches, I start aiming at the floor more instead of going for center of mass shots. The freaking drill boy again, man. I hate him. Hate him so much. There we go. Close range. I'm like, okay, I'll follow up. Get absolutely massacred by the, what I think is a high gog in the back by the look of it. And then dead. Completely burned. It's jungle. Kaiser's wishing you happy birthday in Discord, says Vault. Ooh, I'll answer that in a bit. Excuse you, but I had broken legs from having to pull weights, says Nugs. Dude, I wasn't ripping on you. You know. Like I was saying, you were probably repairing or calling me out for being such a pussy. You know, so of course. Then I'm like, okay, where do I spawn here? I forgot that we were playing simple, even though I'm the one that sets up these matches, because, you know, big brain plays. So, of course, I'm spawning nowhere near my team. I'm like, okay, let's do this.
It's simp battle. Let's go, guys.
Sure enough, making my way as fast as I can across the map. Come on now. There's one guy up here. I'm like, okay, let's try and take a shot. Managed to land it. I'm like, my god. So then I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'll try and use the cover a little bit more because we got some cover obscuring me. Even if you can get a reticle on me, it's pretty hard to land a clear shot if you're thinking that the enemy's moving around behind these. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll use that to my advantage and backing up a bit, trying to avoid enemy shots because I can see them coming for me here. And I think this is Boaty and the High Gog again. I'm not entirely sure. Meanwhile, everybody else is doing really good up here, just kicking ass, and I'm busy acting like a pussy back here. I thought that was going to be a melee lunge, so I'm like, okay, I'll move to the left. Doesn't really work in my favor, and this guy's down here with me. I'm like, I'll go for the downswing because I think I'm close. Just missed it because of the geometry, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm screwed. I'm so screwed down here. Try and land that. Doesn't work for some reason. I don't know what happened there. And then I'm like, okay, he's going to go for the melee, so I go for the counter, and it completely misses. Because, you know, I'm absolutely great at playing this game. Meanwhile, at this point, Sin in chat is more than crazy. Let's put it that way. We got Boaty up here, so I'm like, right, I'll get my revenge for before. 180 to the legs. Trying to push up here a little bit. I can see him under the water somewhere, so I'm like, where are you? Where are you? Trying to find him. He ends up behind me. I'm like, oh no. There's 3 enemies now surrounding me because whoever that was next to me, I think it was Sky, I just got annihilated. So of course, then I start complaining that I've got no support when everybody else is busy pulling their own weight and I'm the one that's not. So now I'm getting focused. Not good because they're all freaking raids. They have a type advantage. Again, too early a counter there. Go for the side swing, thinking, you know what, he'll probably counter me. Get wrecked by Boaty. Ass whooping courtesy of Amazon right there. I'm not happy about that. Let's see. Dan wasn't able to save you there, says Shinju. Yep. My back. I broke my back carrying the teams as well. Nug says, by the way, Moody, aquatic affinity is a thing now. Being in the water makes you slower if you don't have it. God damn it. I know I was obviously a little bit slower, but I didn't know it affected me that much. You know, that was a bit awkward. So we got like 20 seconds left of the match here, if that. At this point, I'm just like kissing my ass goodbye, basically. I haven't done anything apart from die. So, not really happy with this one. High Gog's coming in for shots. I'm like 180, downswing. I get freaking Sky by accident there at the end. I basically did nothing that entire match. Not good. Overall, like, the second match was the best one for me. That one was absolutely terrible. I did nothing. So salty about that. And you can see the complete nothing. 1 for 2 with 28k. Just what? What are you even doing right now? So yeah, I came last. Was not happy about that. So if anything, I should not go that unit, and I should definitely try and push up more instead of holding back, and obviously keep more of an eye on where the hell Boaty is, because Boaty harassing me does not do me any justice, you know. Anyway, I gotta get going right now. I hope to do more of these in future. Hell, even go back on previous game nights and show people stuff that happened from my perspective and see where we messed up, or where I messed up, and where other people were kicking ass. Anyway, I thank you guys for all being here, and I shall see you on the next one. So until then, thank you very much, and goodbye.